All right, just get a
I'm
hold of
calm.
yourself before
I'm
I
calm.
turn. Now people can
I'm
hear us,
holding it.
but they can't see us, and
Hi, everybody.
I'm
Hi, everybody. Hi,
you,
everybody.
okay. Hi, everybody. They can see you now.
Hello. Steve told me to hold on to myself, so I was holding on. See?
I said, get a hold of yourself, and of course, you took it literally. You were like,
of course, that's my thing. That's my second thing. My first thing is I forget things.
so when you're riding a roller coaster and they say keep your arms inside, do you try to like pull them into your body cavity?
No, they say keep them inside the car, so you just and then see, I don't promise to do that. So if I said I was going to, I would do it.
You don't promise to keep your arms in?
No, they tell me to.
They
But
tell you, but you don't actually say.
But
you
I
don't
have not
actually say,
signed
I
anything
won't.
or said.
So, I mean, but you never, but you do keep your arms in, though. I assume.
I don't put them out, certainly, but I mean, sometimes it's up. It's a roller coaster.
Well, if it's safe, if there's nothing above, yeah, of course. But
exactly,
I mean,
but that's not what the little voice says. It doesn't say keep your arms in unless it's safe. Well, at least,
well, they want to make it
not
as
on
they
any of
want
the
to
roller
make it as
coasters,
simple.
not on the ones I'm familiar with. It might
They
happen on some.
They want to make it as simple as possible. They don't want to introduce, having the
Variables.
having the rider rely on their own judgment.
But
Is
I
it safe? I
do.
think it is.
But I do.
Oh yes, I know you do.
Let me tell you, on the Phoenix with that series of 3 bunny hops, you have to pull your arms down pretty quick. I'm pretty sure that my arms would not hit the supports. Pretty sure, but I'm not entirely sure. It's you get some good airtime on that sucker. Oh, it's so good.
So anyway, how are you?
I'm exhausted.
I really didn't even need to ask, but
Par for the course at this point.
I thought it was the polite thing.
Because Steve Shives is always polite.
That's what everybody says. They say I'm polite. They say I'm modest.
They say you're the most modest person you know.
They
of course,
do say
I mean, you might actually be. You just don't know that many folks.
That's true.
But yeah, they're just.
Oh, word nerds are going to see Weapons. I hope you enjoy it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard very good things about it. So thanks for stopping in briefly. And Kirok with the super chat, thank you very much. Says, not sure if you did the episode review yet, but if you haven't, you should start with, if I hadn't seen this episode and don't know, if you haven't seen this episode and you don't know why some people hate the Ferengi, be warned, spoilers beyond this point. I don't think I've reviewed this episode as a retro review yet. But I wouldn't say that. I would do exactly the opposite. I would say if you don't know why some people absolutely love the Ferengi and don't skip any Ferengi episodes, you're about to find out. Because this episode is delightful to me. Hopefully to you as well, Dana, but to me.
Okay, so
and to many.
Is this so this is a Ferengi heavy episode, I'm guessing.
Well, yes.
Okay. So if you like Ferengi, you'll like the episode. And if you hate Ferengi, you will dislike this episode, presumably.
I guess, but I mean, it's like you'd have to really hate Ferengi to not like this episode. I mean, Prophet and Lace is problematic for non-Ferengi related reasons. Let's just say.
We watched that one. I don't remember it. See, that's my thing. I forget things. I know I've seen it.
It's the one where Quark gets a sex change to take part in a business deal.
I remember something about Quark and dresses. Wait, no. Nope, I don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, it was a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, that is Cerulean. It's called The Magnificent Ferengi, and if you know what that title is a play on, then you know that you can expect to see a certain number of Ferengi.
Okay.
In the episode.
Yeah. Well,
I'll give you a hint. It's not a riff on the Magnificent Ambersons.
How many Ambersons were there?
You know, I don't remember.
I mean, it might be a riff on the Magnificent Ambersons because, I mean, what if there were, I mean, more than half a dozen of them?
Well, the thing is, the plot of the episode isn't really a riff
Ambersony?
on or nor 70, because that's the movie that it's actually referencing is the Magnificent
I thought we were
Seven.
avoiding spoilers.
Well, it's not a spoiler though, because like I said, the plot of the episode doesn't really, you know, pivot off of the Magnificent Seven, but there are 7 Ferengi, and that's why the title is what it is.
Okay. Cerulean, are we sure?
7 is exactly more than half a dozen.
Well, I mean, okay, yes, I'll accept that.
And yes, Kevin, who you might remember, Dana. Remember the episode we watched? It's been a little while, but not super long ago, where they were crashed on the planet, and like they were in a cave, and Dax was hurt, and then there was like the guy who was in the Vorta guy who was in charge of the Jem'Hadar. He was hurt, and he sent them out to get killed on purpose because he was running out of the drug that he used to control them. And the episode ended with like Cisco and O'Brien and the Starfleet people just like mowing down the Jem'Hadar as they were.
You know what? I do
Okay.
remember that episode.
So Kevin was the evil Vorta who was in charge of them, and he reappears in this episode. And I
guess things worked out okay for him then.
Well, up to a certain point, you'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I mean, he's not dead. He didn't get, torn apart by, Jem'Hadar who were angry that, or, who wanted their little, special milk.
You are absolutely correct.
Because otherwise he wouldn't be in this episode.
That's true. That's true. Oh, and David, sorry, I didn't mean to skip over you, but David said that he saw Superman. And says, I'd give it a solid 94%.
He's breaking your rules, Steve.
As opposed to, I mean, I'll give it 94. 95 would be going a bit high.
95 is an A+. 94 is a solid A.
Oh, David, geez, don't be one of those guys. My main beef was what they did to Jor-El. Come on, man.
It's a different story.
You're breaking my balls. David, breaking my balls. What they did to Jor-El, like he's Martin Luther King or something. like it was character assassination. Like they made a movie where Mr. Rogers was like beating his wife. I can't believe they did that. Like, come on.
Has he stopped yet?
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Rogers, how long ago did you stop beating your wife? Well.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with Jor-El's just not. It's not about. First of all, this story isn't about him. So.
Exactly, it's not about Jor-El. Jor-El is a prop.
Yep. And in other Superman stories too, he's really. I guess. I think I would have a harder time with it if they made the Kents assholes.
Well, and I mean, in Man of Steel, they kind of did. But as we've talked about before, my problem with that isn't even that. My problem is the movie didn't seem to know that's what it did.
Well, that's just it. I mean, in this one, the movie knows that, what Jor-El does, the full message is, I mean, it frames it as something bad. It does frame it as something bad.
Yeah.
But, if the Kents were assholes and, Clark ended up, kind of in a Cinderella situation, that he grew up as a good and decent person despite them.
Yeah.
I think people will be up in arms about that even more.
Well, I remember when I saw the first time, I think it was the first full-length trailer for Man of Steel, where they have that Kevin Costner line where, little Clark has saved the school bus And he says to his dad, "What was I supposed to do? Let him drown?" And Kevin Costner, as Paul Kent, says, "Maybe." And everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people were like losing their minds about it at that point. Like before the movie had even come out. They were like, "Paul Kent would never say that, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, let's just watch the movie. Let's see what the context is. Because I can see a version of Paul Kent where that might be an interesting way to go.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I can see
he's
from
so
the
protective. He's so protective of Clark.
yeah. I mean,
You know,
they're innocent children. You're my son.
yes, I can see a version of that that might potentially, hypothetically work, right? But you need to do it thoughtfully and you need to have an awareness of what you're doing. And there wasn't any of that in that movie, unfortunately. You know, it couldn't, I don't think the movie even knew what we were supposed to think of it. Like, were we supposed to think that that's like something understandable that Paul Kent said, but that Superman needs to grow out of in order to become a hero? Should we think that Paul Kent was right and Superman should be afraid of the world and that the world really doesn't deserve him? Or like, there's all kinds of like, what are you trying to say, movie? What are you trying to say? You know, and I don't think they knew.
To misquote the Man in Black, nothing of consequence.
Johnny Cash never said that.
The real Man in Black, the Dread Pirate Roberts.
You're cruising for a bruising now, baby.
I did think that over. I'm like, do I want to go there? And then I was like,
no, you okay. Know you're safe. I mean, it's not, you know, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, I know, but I just wasn't sure how hurtful I wanted to be. You know, Dread Pirate Roberts. I mean, Johnny Cash is up there, but Dread Pirate Roberts, man.
Johnny Cash, he's secondary to a fictional character. but Johnny Cash is up there.
Come on, Princess Bride is awesome.
But Princess Bride is awesome, but he wears the black for the poor and the beaten down, coming from the hopeless, hungry side of town.
Whereas Roberts just wears it because it's terribly comfortable.
And he wears it for the thousands who have died, believing that the Lord was on their side.
I mean,
and he wears it for the many hundreds of thousands who have died, believing that we all were on their side.
I think his numbers are off, but that's okay.
Oh, some things never will be right, I know. And things need changing everywhere you go. But until we start to put a few things right, you'll never see me wear a suit of white.
I mean, it makes sense. They stain so easily.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, Johnny Cash did have a drug problem for a lot of years, and it was probably, you know.
JS. Spoilers.
Spoilers for the life of Johnny Cash. He had a drug problem for a while.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, Dread Pirate Roberts.
JS.
Did he have a drug problem?
No.
Oh, JS. Oh, he is. Oh, yeah, because he isn't even the original Dread Pirate Roberts. Yeah. That's right, Zerulean. Till things are better, Johnny is the Man in Black. Kara, now Kara's jumping in too.
Good for you, Kara.
I'm surrounded by Philistines. I've got David talking about what they did to Jor-El. I've got you and Kara throwing Dread Pirate Roberts ahead of Johnny Cash on the Man in Black list.
Hi, Thorkadale.
Thorkadale.
Don't know if I said that right, but hello.
So yes, a lot of people really love the episode we're going to watch tonight.
I hope I do too.
I like it a lot. I hope you like it, Dana. And if anybody's watching along with us who hasn't seen it, I hope you like it too.
Yay. Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about? We haven't yacked up so much.
I don't know. Well, 255 AD says your last video bugged me a little because I think it's bad to equate being trans with choosing to leave your home planet because being trans isn't really a choice. Well, experiencing gravitational disharmony isn't a choice either in that metaphor. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and defend it as like the perfect trans allegory, but I think it's pretty decent.
Well,
I
and
mean, there may
that's
be
part of,
things that aren't accounted for,
yeah,
and it's not
that's
a
part of,
perfect, yeah.
that's why an analogy is an analogy. It's not the thing. Like there are points of difference too. Like there are
Yeah.
certain things that are similar and other things that are different.
Yeah. I mean, if I were going to defend it, I would say this. Um, Being trans is not a choice, but transitioning is a choice. Now, it's in most cases a choice that is very strongly compelled. Like most people who transition don't feel like, I mean, it's certainly not an arbitrary choice, but it's, you can transition or you cannot. Like you have to take positive steps in order to do it. Um, and that's similar to the, move to a different planet thing in the allegory. But again, like if you want to say it's not a perfect metaphor, I'm completely willing to accept that. I'm sure it's not. But hopefully the intended message comes across,
So yeah, did we have anything else we wanted to talk about, or are we just going to jump into the show?
I can jump right in if you're ready to jump.
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything new to talk about. Um, just tired a lot from school, and the play's going well. So
Oh
pretty stoked
yes,
about
you're rehearsing Sarah Plain
that.
and Tall, and things seem to be going well from what you've told me.
It's really nice. I mean, I think those are, that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings. And it's just, I go there, I know what I'm doing. I get to play pretend for a little while and, have fun. And it's very, very low stress, which is really nice.
Which is interesting because you're like the star of the show. And it's low stress. You don't feel like you're it's on your shoulders somehow, or I mean, you are Sarah Plain and Tall.
I am. Um, Yeah, but like, I think I told this to you earlier when I first looked through the script. I was like, oh, thank God it's not on me, because like when we did Anne of Green Gables, I was Rachel Lynde, but poor Anne was like in every scene, and so anytime she had to do a costume change, like when she was, when it was the beginning of a new scene, so it was like the next day, she'd go really fast, and she was in the next scene, so
Yeah.
she like carried that sucker. But this is much more of an ensemble piece, so like I'm not on every single page. I'm in it a lot. Like I had to write down my entrances and exits, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually on stage a lot. But there are a lot of other people saying other things, so it's not like I'm memorizing like all this stuff. So that really helps, reduce the pressure. And um, and even a lot of it, I'm off book for a lot of it, sort of, where I don't know like everything, but like I know enough about what I'm saying and what I'm doing that, like we've run lines before. I'm like, it's something like this. You're like, yeah, it is. It's actually this. I'm like, okay, that's close enough for now. Because we're not even required to be off book yet. Tomorrow night we're running Act 1 again, and then I think on Sunday we're going to try to run the whole thing. And we might be supposed to be off book then. But yeah, I'm things are going pretty well. And even when like I'm supposed to be off book and I'm not, that happens pretty much every play. And I just, kind of have it up on stage with me and then try not to look at it. And then like a couple days later, it's like, okay, going cold turkey. So I know I'll get there. And
Yeah.
my little co-star, the character who is most resistant to Sarah, she's like, I'm just so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm like, and I'm thinking, wow.
There's not even anybody watching yet, kid.
Yeah. I'm like, I said, I'll probably be nervous when, and that's still less stress. I'll be nervous when we're performing. But now, no, I'm just there.
Yeah.
I'm just there having a good time. It's so nice.
Sweet.
So nice.
Hi, Trek Culture. Trek Culture is in the house.
Yay.
And Caitlin said, did you see the Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention put out a statement saying the UK is now qualifies as the opening stages of genocide against trans people. I did not see that, but having seen what I have seen about the way, the various legal rulings and such that have been made against trans people over the past couple of years, it doesn't surprise me. It's a fucking horrible situation. I don't know if that declaration is going to do any good or open anybody's eyes, but I mean, I hope so. That would be nice. But no, I did not. I did not see that.
So yeah, folks, we're watching DS9 tonight, season 6, episode 11, The Magnificent Ferengi. Did I get all that?
You got it. Episode
Look
10.
At me go.
Episode 10.
Oh yeah, 11 is 11 the next one. I hope I'm on episode 10. Well, it says Magnificent Ferengi now there. Okay, yeah. So episode 10.
11 is after 10, to clarify, yes. And you're the one who's like Little Miss Math over here talking about we should do a read along with a math book.
That's why I need it. It's important. So yeah, we're not gonna show it here because like we don't have like that kind of money, not even close. So like whatever your platform is, pull up your copy of Deep Space Nine and cue it up to 0000, so we can all watch together, and we'll yakety yak in the comments and the live stream. And so Steve is gonna have he is in control for now, and so he's going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, we all press play together. So that's how it works. Ta-da!
Huzzah!
So, yeah.
All right, then. So hopefully everybody's got it queued up. Again, season 6, episode 10, The Magnificent Ferengi. David C. Drake, no, I have not watched Alien Earth yet. I've seen that it's gotten good reviews, but I'm not like... I might catch up on it after the whole season is out.
So
I don't feel like... Yeah.
I haven't seen Alien.
You haven't seen any Alien movies?
Nope. None of them.
Jesus Christ, Dana.
Hey, I was a kid when that came out. And it's violent, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that was
But you've had plenty of time. You've had plenty of time to watch it since then.
I've been busy. Okay.
Okay. And you had not... And before we watched it earlier this year together, you had not seen Jaws either, had you?
Nope.
Yeah. See, here's
the thing
going on.
I could go back and like unwatch that and I'd be perfectly fine.
Oh my God.
Now I really like the first half of the movie. I liked all the ordinary looking people. Really I'm liking that in Murder, She Wrote.
And Jaws. Yes. Oh, and yes. Absolutely. Yes. Normal looking people are nice to see in movies.
For all that, people are like, it's perfectly paced. Oh my gravy. The second half of that, I was just like, I was waiting for the shark. I mean, I was waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it to start eating folks again. TikTok shark.
Wow.
Although
all right.
That's not a shark, though. That's an alligator.
Oh, yes. Oh, is that a Peter Pan reference?
Yeah. Crocodile, actually, I think there. So anyway.
Tick-tock. Okay, so yes, as Dana said, I will count us in from 3. I will say 3, 2, 1, play, and we'll all hit play when I say play, and we will watch The Magnificent Ferengi. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
I had the little circle thing. I was like, oh God, don't load another ad for me. A cooler.
$255 AD, good choice.
David Corton, yeah, but he got his shipment, so now he doesn't care anymore. I wanted it to be all about me.
Uh-oh. So Liz mentioned a little bit ago about Quark's story about the syrup of squill at the beginning. Um, my favorite part about it is Quark found out about a terrible injustice and he acted in a way to profit himself personally only. Like he found out that like the entire galaxy was being ripped off by this sort of false manipulating of the price of this item, and instead of exposing it and making it easier for everybody to afford it, he blackmails the guy doing it so he can get some for himself. I love it so much. It's such a Quark thing to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only thing that would have been a more Quark thing to do would have been not to tell everybody about the situation, because he's basically ruining the lead that he has over the competition.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was waiting for the truth to come out, or I mean, maybe it will later, that this is not actually like Quark is making this up. Like he's just messing with Rom, because why not?
I'm just kidding. My mom's fine.
255 AD, maybe it's a small planet. $30 and $20 are both even numbers. That was a nice shot.
I love Rom's going, I was following you.
Shut it. Yum.
Four horsemen, baby.
Underneath all that makeup, I thought you were smart or something. Dun dun dun.
Caitlin Brunt is a magnificent bastard, and he's really good in this episode.
You'd have done well in speed. Challenge accepted.
The mission is off. They can keep my mother.
I have 9 prosthetic head.
So we'll be able to use the same sets. There he is.
Just make sure he gets on the ship. You don't want to leave Kevin home alone.
Kevin!
Kevin! You got the milk, eggs, and fabric softener. Same set, different lighting.
You just throw some shit around and turn the lights off, and bam, different space station.
Totally different. Ta-da! Move the camera and another camera. Cerulean, I don't. You just shut up.
They're like grade school children.
A closet with light.
Yay.
Maybe one of them should go and check the perimeter.
Caitlin, yeah, it's a proud Star Trek tradition. Same set, different ship.
Idiot.
I had a bad dream.
Woo! He's got fast little feet.
Action Ferengi.
Maybe don't tell him these things.
It's like the end of Clue. Okay, so we're slightly outnumbered. I think they really want Kevin back.
So I wonder how that happened.
What, Iggy Pop as a Vorta?
Yeah.
I think they talk about it in the documentary. I can't remember if they approached him or if it was a case where like he was a fan of the show and he approached them, because that's happened a few times too. High five. Prosthetic head Stephen Colbert would be an amazing Vorta.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh boy.
Not really.
Uh-oh.
25580, of course they were cheating Nog too. He's family. With you people.
Yeah, Caitlin, he sounds kind of whiny. Not in a few minutes. Now!
Now! The end. One of my favorite endings from any Deep Space Nine ever. I love that final shot
The
of
engineering
Kevin
zombie just walking into the wall.
yeah, like it's so macabre. Like you don't even realize how just utterly macabre it is. Oh, I love it. So what'd you think?
I liked it. I really
I'm
did.
so glad. Yeah.
Although I was thinking that the last line was going to be, you know, how's it feel to be a hero? It's all right. We'll feel even better when we get paid.
Yeah, yeah. Where's my money, brother?
So yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
HB Haggett's going to depend on how long those batteries last.
That whole thing is so well done. Like, I mean, watching it just now, because like I mean, I remember like what happens. I remember the scenario, and I remember that it ends with Kevin just walking into the wall over and over again. But the way they set up that as the end is so well done because you see him bump into the wall like the first time when he's, you know, on his way when they're doing the exchange, and then you don't see him again, or at least
Yeah, it
not
cuts
like
away.
featured. Yeah. So and then you and like Quark says to Nog, "Can you turn him off?" And Nog says, "I can't. It's jammed." They don't cut to him. You
No.
don't see him at all until until everybody else is gone and that final pan over, and then you
Clunk.
see him and he's like, oh, he's bumping into the wall over and over and over again, and he's going to, I guess, forever. You know, it's so well done.
I don't even know what QWOP is, so I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, what is QWOP? I have no idea.
I'm guessing it's a game, given that you can play it. It might
Yeah,
be a
I would
song.
assume QWOP.
But yeah, that I mean, just I mean, he stands there and he's got the head, you know, tilted to the side, and then his
Yeah,
legs crossing one over the other.
yeah,
But
and yeah,
really, I
like
mean, still
yeah,
managing to keep his balance really well. He's not like shaky or jerky, just like place,
it's
place.
a
Yeah.
it's a really good physical performance. And he's good in the whole episode. Like he's really funny. But that him doing the fucking zombie walk at the end is
Mm-hmm.
just is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Iggy Pop as a Vorta. What'd you think of Iggy Pop's guest appearance?
It was fine. Um, I mean, I guess each Vorta is unique. Um he's not as smooth as the other Vorta that we've seen. He doesn't have that ooze, but you know, each person is unique, so he had his own
Yes.
take on it. Um,
I mean, the thing, and you know, the thing that's again, because I mean, I've seen this episode a bunch of times, but I don't think I've watched it for a while. The thing that struck me about it this time was what a stroke of genius it was to cast Iggy Pop, because other than the fact that Iggy Pop is playing him and what Iggy Pop as a performer brings to the character, there's absolutely nothing special about that character. Like as written, he's just, I mean, he has a couple of kind of funny lines, like when he, you
mhm.
know, him and Ishka are talking and he says, you know, well, that's fascinating, but if your son doesn't show up soon, I'm going to have to kill you. Like that's fine. That's funny. And
Yeah.
his line about like, I don't, you know, I don't know what I don't know what it's like to have parents. I was cloned, like that kind of thing. But it's not like a super like I can't imagine that character just jumps off the page. Like he's a pretty stock, just you know, standard
A guy.
Vorta type bad, yeah, bad guy character. But Iggy Pop, it's like, you know, he has that voice and he has that weird presence and he looks that way in the makeup, and it's just like, oh, this is great. You know, like this is great. It's the
Um, I,
perfect performer for that role.
I'll take your word for it. I guess I'm also just not that invested in the Vorta. Um,
Yeah.
I think another a different performance might have also come off, you know, really well. I mean, it just depends on how it's delivered. I also I did think the whole having the Jem'Hadar leave, it was like, why are you actually going to do that? Like, I mean, okay. I mean, I wasn't. The Vorder aren't known for like keeping their word, are they?
I wouldn't consider them super trustworthy. No.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was waiting for him to reveal that he was worried about the scan because he actually hadn't had the other Jem'Hadar left, but then it really was apparently just the two. No, 255, yeah, definitely didn't find it exaggerated. If anything, it was a little bit stilted, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's not an actor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I didn't think so. You mean Iggy Pop? No, I don't think. I actually think, I mean, given the fact that he is not primarily an actor,
Yeah.
I mean, he's acted in other stuff. It's not like the first time he's ever, acted in something. But given the fact that he is not primarily an actor, I think he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see him looking to the ground for where his mark was once.
No, and I mean, you can tell he's completely invested. He's completely committed to the character, such as it is. Like, he's not just, it's obviously Iggy Pop, but it doesn't read like Iggy Pop in makeup just reading lines.
Oh,
like,
gosh,
he's giving
no.
a performance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have taken me out of it because I think if I hadn't been thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have noticed that it was Iggy Pop. I wouldn't have been thinking about it. It wouldn't have occurred to me. I mean, I usually don't notice stuff like that unless, like, as happens with Murder, She Wrote, I'm like looking for, especially at the beginning, like when they have the credits there, I'm like, oh, I know that person now. I want to look for where they are in the show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, then I'll notice it. And even then, sometimes I'm like, was that so-and-so? Because you get, I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. And they're so young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So young.
Didn't you say you spotted Bryan Cranston?
I did. And he was later in the episode. And I was like, oh my God, I totally see him. And I'm just like, he looks like he's 20. Like, he looks so young. And I was just like, wow, he looks a little bit older than some of my students. He looks like such a baby. It's so funny.
Yeah. Somebody earlier in the chat asked who else would make a good Vorta, like what would be a good guest star playing a Vorta, and I said Stephen Colbert. I just thought of another one, and maybe it's because we were talking about him earlier, but Johnny Cash would have been an amazing Vorta with the face shape, the cheekbones and the kind of craggy, face. Put that Vorta makeup on, accentuate those cheeks a little. Put one of those fucking hair pieces on him so the hair is like junk junk. Like, I think Johnny Cash would have, and that voice and the deadpan delivery, I think Johnny Cash would have been a fucking amazing Vorta. And that ability to inject a little bit of sarcasm, because Johnny Cash was great at that. Where, like, he wouldn't go full out like, smart ass, but he would just inject a little layer of sarcasm, so you could tell that he, like, whatever he was saying to you, like, well, he thinks you're full of shit. He's not going to come out and say that, but he thinks you're full of shit. Like, that's a really good trait for a Vorta type character to have. I think he would have been great.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's one of my favorite actors, but speaking of, that sort of delivery, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh man, yes, Jamie Lee Curtis would be a great Vorta.
I mean, because she also can be like really charming, but just and I mean, she's just fun to watch in anything. I think, did we talk about it last week about the possibility of a new Murder, She Wrote?
And I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but maybe we did. But I know we've talked about it with Jamie Lee Curtis as
and people are like, it would be, no. I'm just like, I'd watch it. Yes, it would be incredibly different. It was very, very much centered on who Angela Lansbury was perceived as. It was just, it was Angela Lansbury with like another name on the screen,
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't exactly, disappearing into the character.
But, which is fine. So, but I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is still very visibly herself, even though she does play a character. She doesn't disappear into the role so much, but she plays characters well, and she plays interesting characters, and it's hard to tell sometimes how much of it is the writing and the directing and how much of it is what she brings to it. because she she has enough clout that she can she can pick what she wants to do because she's Jamie Lee Curtis. But at the same time, so I mean, she picks good projects, and I guess with executive meddling, sometimes when you sign onto a project, it's great, and then it goes through different iterations, and it ends up being crap. But
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything. I don't think I've seen her in anything, and I've not liked her in it, even if I haven't liked the movie.
Yeah. Some really good suggestions in the chat. Azalea just said
Mhm.
Aubrey Plaza. That's an amazing suggestion. Aubrey Plaza would be a great Vorta. And Azalea said Susie Plaxon. Yeah, I mean, she played she played everything else in Star Trek. Why couldn't she have played a Vorta? And where's another one that jumped out at me?
David Bowie.
Oh, David Bowie. Yeah. 255 AD said David Mitchell. Yes, it would be very, you would have to write it so that he could lean into sort of like, it would be a Vorta who was like trying to hold it trying not to completely fall to pieces while everything was going wrong around him. I think David Mitchell was really good playing that kind of a character. Like he's neurotic and fussy, and like he wants everything to go right and everything to be just so. And then of course inevitably it all goes wrong and he has to, sort of try not to lose it the whole time. I think he would be great in that kind of a situation.
Yeah, Liz, it's so I don't know if you know, but on the it wasn't DreamWorks, the animated, the Don Bluth Anastasia, she's the grandmother, the Grand Duchess, which is awesome because, I mean, Steve, have you seen the live action version?
I don't think so.
So in the live action version, it's Helen Hayes, and she does such a good job. But then so does Angela Lansbury. So
I'm sure
it's just really good. Da da da. Martin Freeman. I can't. I'm having trouble with Martin Freeman on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if Martin. I mean, I'm sure he could be. I'm sure he'd be fine. He's a good actor, but just if we're casting by type, I don't. He's not the first one that jumps out at me. Samuel L. Jackson would be interesting because I feel like he would just be Samuel L. Jackson, and it'll be a little bit like what we got with Iggy Pop, where it was, it's like, well, it's good because it's Iggy Pop, and so it'll be it's Samuel L. Jackson, as a Vorta. As long as he didn't sleepwalk through it like he did his Mace Windu, as long as he showed some personality, I feel like his read on playing a Jedi was, I'll just not show any personality or charisma at all. And it's like, oh, okay, well, at least Samuel L. Jackson got paid a bunch of money to be in Star Wars, I guess.
And he got a purple lightsaber.
He got a purple lightsaber. Didn't have a single goddamn memorable line in any of those 3 movies, unless it was like something so bad that people remembered it.
So, all right. So, this is not an Ask Away week, correct?
Correct.
Good, because I haven't sent in a question. Well, I did last week. I sent it by this point last week. So
yes, you did.
So that means our next thing is next week. Now, do we have DS9 again, or is it Poirot next week?
No, it's Poirot next week. This was our second consecutive DS9, so it's Poirot next week, and it is Dumb Witness. That is the Poirot we were watching.
I've read that one and I can't remember it, so I won't go look it up just to find out. But come on, back with us next week, and we're gonna watch Poirot, or half of a Poirot, and chit chat about it and have lots of fun. Also, don't forget that we have some links down in the description for organizations that could use some financial support, things that we believe in, that we think are important, as well as charitylinks.page, which is a document that's updated pretty regularly and has some GoFundMes and such from friends and associates of ours who could use some financial support, because helping people is good. And speaking of helping people, if you want to support Steve and help him out with his work, there's a little button down here someplace that says join. You can join the channel and support him that way, or you can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to support him there. And either way, next week, if you're a patron or a channel member, you can send in a question for the Ask Away. It's next Friday.
That's right. Well, I think that just about covers it. That's right. So I suppose that's it. We'll see everybody next week for the first half of Poirot Dumb Witness. I guess the witness just doesn't have much to say or is not very smart. Or maybe both.
Maybe it's Hastings.
Oh, I hope it's Hastings.
I don't think it is. I will say that much. But yeah. But I mean, it would scan. That would be accurate.
Mon ami, how you say you are a dumb witness.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. Yay!
See you next week, everybody. Bye.
Good night.